Today I'm going to take you through a sequence focused on Galavasana, which is an arm balance with figure four legs. It's optional, so you don't have to do it, and we won't be in the pose for very long. So when you're ready, go ahead and find a comfortable seat at the front of the mat, either crisscross applesauce or sitting on your heels. Take an inhale to draw your hands to heart center, and an exhale to draw the eyes closed and roll the shoulders back down and away. Again, inhale, shoulders rise. Exhale, release them down. One more inhale, shoulders lift up. And exhale to draw them back down and away. Option to set an intention or a dedication for your practice. We'll seal up these intentions with 3 breaths. First, exhale all the air from your lungs. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Last one, inhale, fill up. Exhale, send it out. You may begin to blink eyes open, first gazing toward the fingertips. We'll get started reclined on our backs today, so go ahead and roll down slowly onto your back. Keep your right foot planted in the mat, right knee pointing up toward the ceiling, and cross your left ankle over your right thigh for a nice figure 4 stretch. You can keep your right foot grounded, or if you'd like to bring your right shin into a tabletop position, you can. This will deepen the stretch. Hold on to the back of the thigh or hold through that shape onto the right shin. Wherever you are, try to keep the head, neck, and chest grounded. Hold here for 3. Press the left knee open. 2. 1. Release hold of your right shin or thigh. If your right foot's still grounded, you can keep it there, or if you'd like to bring a tabletop leg into the right leg, that's fine. Go ahead and bring the hands to the back of the neck and keep the elbows wide here. Gaze lifts up toward the ceiling. We're going to take some figure 4 crunches. So on your inhale, prepare, and then as you exhale, crunch up, lifting the shoulder blades off the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release down. Take a moment. Option to take a counter stretch by dropping the shape of your legs open toward the left side of your mat. So you'll plant your right foot on the mat, keeping that figure 4 shape, keeping the right knee up toward the ceiling. Gazing over right shoulder for 3, 2, 1. On an inhale, come back to center and switch out the legs, this time planting the left foot in the mat and crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. Again, take whatever option you took on the other side, either keeping the legs grounded if this is enough of a stretch for you, or if you'd like to draw the left knee into the chest, you can. Hold for 3. Think about pressing the right knee open. 2, 1. Release hold of the left shin or thigh if you had hold of it, and bring the hands behind the head, elbows wide. On your inhale, prepare, and then exhale, crunch up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, draw the abdominals deeper. Inhale, lower. Exhale, crunch. Last one, inhale, lower. Exhale, crunch and hold for 3, 2, 1. Release down. Option for that counter stretch. This time, think about planting your left foot on the mat, the right side of your mat. Gaze goes left. That left knee stays pointing up toward the ceiling. Hold for 3. A nice figure 4 spinal twist. 2, 1. On an inhale, come back to center. Undo the bind of the legs and rock and roll yourself through to a tabletop position, taking hold of the backs of the thighs as you rock through, planting the hands under the palms, knees underneath the hips. Take your inhale to lift your chest and tail, find a cow spine, and then as you exhale, round and curl. Again, inhale to cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. One more round. Inhale, cow pose, chest lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, cat pose, round and curl. Inhale to cow pose. And exhale to tuck the toes, pike the hips up and back for your first downward facing dog. Bend through your right knee and then your left. Breathe here. Hands are still shoulder width, feet are still hips distance. On your next inhale, roll forward to a high plank pose, shoulders over wrists. As you exhale, drop the knees, keep the hips lifted, lower the chest and chin between the hands, knees, chest, chin. Inhale to slide to the belly, peel up the head, neck, and chest for baby cobra, little to no weight in those hands. And then exhale, lower down, shift your weight back through tabletop to downwards facing dog. That's your knees down version of Chaturanga. If you'd like to advance, go ahead and inhale, roll forward to your high plank pose. As you exhale, shift your weight into your toes, bringing the shoulder heads over the fingertips as you bring that 90-degree angle into the elbows, squeeze them in tight. Inhale to the tops of the feet, arms are straight, thighs lift for upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Full inhale, full exhale. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, hop or float to the top of your space. Take your inhale, halfway lift, find length through the spine, and then exhale, fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, gaze to thumbs, mountain pose. Exhale, the hands by the sides. Surya Namaskare, Sun Salutation say. Inhale, arms rise, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant palms, step or float back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Hold for 3. Release the shoulders. 2. Keep breathing. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, hands by sides. Again, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant palms, step or float, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog for 4. Spread the fingers wide. 3. Ears between upper arms. 2. Breathe full. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, hands by sides. Last time. Inhale, arms rise, Tadasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Hold for 5. Keep breathing. 4. Think about scrubbing the feet toward the hands and the hands toward the feet. 3. Release the neck and shoulders. 2. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, hands by sides. Surya Namaskar B, knees bend, arms rise, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, left heel spins down. Rise up, warrior 1 on the right. Full inhale to the top. Full exhale takes you down. Plant the palms, step, hop, or handstand back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel drops, rise up, inhale. Exhale, take it down, plant the palms, step, hop, or handstand back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Hold for 5. Release the shoulders. 4. Do your best. 3. Keep breathing. 2. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, hands by sides. Inhale, knees bend, arms rise, Utkatasana. Hold here for 5. Release the shoulders. 4. Straight arms. 3. Navel back. 2. 1. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, warrior 1 on the right. Hold for 5. Think left hip forward, right hip back. 4. Try to keep the right knees stacked over the right ankle. 3. Squeeze the inner thighs toward one another. 2. 1. Exhale the hands behind the back, catch elbows, or take reverse prayer, and then straighten out the front leg. Take your inhale to lift the chest, and then exhale, fold for your intense side stretch. Think about leveling off the shoulders here for 5. Gaze to your right big toe. 4. Step down into the back foot. 3. Keep breathing. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up, lengthen. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale the left arm out in front of you, thumb up. Exhale, plant the left palm on the outside of the right foot, maybe onto a block, and twist open for your version of Revolve Triangle. Try to keep the legs straight. Try to keep both hips pointed toward the front of the mat as you twist your torso open for 5. This is a great stretch for the IT band. 4. Think about squeezing the legs toward one another. 3. Gaze to top thumb. 2. 1. Exhale the hands down, frame out the right foot. Take your inhale to look up, and then as you exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, step or handstand back. Full inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel drops, rise up to warrior 1 on your inhale. Hold for 5. This side, think right hip forward, left hip back. 4. Release the shoulders. 3. Knit the rib cage in. 2. 1. Exhale the hands behind the back, catch elbows or take reverse prayer, then straighten out your front leg. As you inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, fold forward. Hold for 5. Think chin to shin here. 4. Really draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. 3. Engage the inner thighs. 2. 1. Exhale the hands to the hips. Take your inhale to look up, and then extend that right arm out in front of you, thumb up. As you exhale, draw the right hand to the outside of the left foot, maybe onto a block, and twist open to the left for your version of Revolve Triangle. Try to keep your right hip moving forward as you open up your left shoulder for 5. Keep breathing. 4. Do your best. 3. Long spine. 2. 1. Exhale the hands down, frame out the left foot. Take your inhale to look up, and then Chaturanga Dandasana. Step or handstand. Full inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left heel down. Come back to warrior 1 on the right for the inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Step the left knee into the chest. Hover the left foot off the floor. Coming into big toe hold on the left. Option to take hold of the left knee. If you'd like to take that toe hold, you can work with a bent leg or begin to straighten it. Hold for 5. Think chest a little forward. 4. Navel back. 3. Work to straighten the standing leg if you have a good hold on that left foot. 3. Keep breathing. 2. 1. Send your left foot to the left, gaze to the right for 5. Do your best. 4. Listen for the change here. 3. Keep that left foot out to the left. And 2. And 1. Release the toe, release the knee, straighten out the leg wherever it is and hold it to the side for 5. Quick count. 4. 3. Keep breathing. 2. 1. Exhale the leg back to center. Step that left foot next to the right. Bring the hands to the hips. Take your inhale to lift the chest, and then exhale, Padangusthasana. Hold on to big toes with your index and middle fingers. Take your inhale to lift the chest, and then exhale, fold deeper for 5. Think about lifting the hips. 4. Do your best. 3. Forehead to shins. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel drops, rise up to warrior 1 on the inhale. On the exhale, step the right knee into the chest, hovering that right foot off the floor, coming into big toe hold. Option to take hold of the outer edge of the right knee or to take the big toe with the index and middle finger. You can work with a bent or straight leg. Hold for 5. Think chest forward. 4. Shoulders down. 3. Make your leg do some of the work. 2. 1. Right leg goes right, gaze goes left for 5. Heel in, toe out. 4. Engage the top of the thigh. 3. 2. 1. Release the knee, release the toes, straighten out the leg wherever you can and hold for 5. Quick count. 4. Do your best. 3. 2. 1. Inhale back to center, release the right foot down next to the left. Bring the hands to the hips. Take your inhale to lift the chest, and then exhale, fold, step on palms, toes to wrists, Padangusthasana for 5. Release shoulders. 4. Navel back to draw you deeper. 3. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up, lengthen. Exhale, remove the palms, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left heel drops, unwind to warrior 2 on the right. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Shoulders drop. 3. Press the armpits down. 2. 1. Come into extended side angle. Exhale your right forearm to your right thigh or bring the right hand to the outside of the right foot, left hand overhead. Look to the inside of your left palm for 5. Think chest toward the sky. 4. Hips lower than the neck. 3. 2. Stay low. In 1, come back to your forearm to thigh position here. We're going to transition into Skandasana. So both sets of toes are going to face the edges of your mat. Bring your hands to heart center here and bring your right elbow to the inside of your right thigh. Begin to drop your hips back as you turn your toes to face the corners of your mat. You can keep your left foot grounded, or if you'd like to, you can spin the toes to the sky to get more of a stretch. You can always sit on blocks or plant the fingertips down. Wherever you are, keep the chest higher than the hips. If this is too much on the knee, you're welcome to come to a high side lunge here instead. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Do your best. 3. 2. Tricky transition. 1. Come to your Anjaneyasana. So turn onto the left toes. Turn to face the front of your mat, and keeping that right knee bent, dropping to the left knee. Inhale the arms overhead. Take a moment to set up your stance, being sure that right ankle's underneath the right knee. Knees doesn't track in front of the toes. Hold for 5. Think hips forward and up. 4. Breathe full. 3. 2. 1. Exhale to rock the hips back. Keep the hips over the left knee and then shift the right heel forward. Fold over that right leg for your half splits pose for 5. Breathe deep. 4. Think lower belly to thigh connection. 2. 1. Crawl forward, bend back into the right knee. Bring the left hand next to the right foot and twist that right arm behind you parallel to the long edge of your mat for your easy twist. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. In 1, step the right foot back to meet the left. Find your side plank. Option for extended side plank by sending the right arm over the right ear Fingertips point toward the front of the room. Hold for 5. Keep breathing. 4. Do your best. 3. Hips higher. 2. 1. Inhale back to full plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel drops, warrior 2. Hold for 5. Neck reaches higher. 4. Hips sink lower. 3. Create space in the inner thighs. 2. 1. Exhale to extended side angle, forearm to thigh or hand outside the foot, right arm overhead. Hold for 5. Step down into the back foot as if you could lift your front leg. 4. Breathe full. 3. Do your best. 2. 1. Exhale to Skandasana here. Remember, hands come to heart center or to the mat on the inside of that left leg. Your hips go back, your right toes go to the sky, or your right foot stays grounded. Take whatever option you need to here and hold for 5. Always an option for a high side lunge. 4. Breathe full. 3. 2. 1. Turn to face the front edge of your mat. Drop your right knee. Find your Anjaneyasana kneeling crescent on the left. Be mindful the left knee doesn't cross the left toes, and then lift the arms overhead for 5. Release shoulders. 4. Hips rock under. 3. Do your best. 2. 1. Exhale the hips back until they're over the right knee, then shift the left heel forward for your half splits. Take your inhale to lift the chest, and then exhale, fold, focusing on the mid part of the muscle for 5. Engage the left quad more to stretch the left hamstrings more. 3. Release the forehead. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up, crawl forward, plant the right hand next to the left foot, and find your easy twist for 3. Gaze to left thumb. 2. Keep the left knee stacked. 1. Side plank on the right, step the left foot back. Hold for 5. Lift the ribcage higher. 4. Try to stack shoulders. 3. 2. 1. Inhale to full plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Come up high on the left heel and rise up to your high crescent lunge. Your right knee is bent over right ankle. Your left leg is as straight as you can get it. Lift the left heel higher. Lift the arms overhead and gaze to your thumbs for 5. Think about knitting the rib cage in here, drawing the navel in and up. 4. Left hip forward, right hip back. 3. Keep breathing. 2. 1. Exhale the hands to heart center. Shift weight into the right foot as you launch the back leg up parallel. Find your warrior 3. Option for hands at heart center, arms out long in front, or airplane arms behind you, triceps high. Hold for 5. Broaden out through the collarbones. 4. Keep the abdominals engaged. 3. Energy through the back foot. 2. 1. Inhale, come to stand. Bring the left knee into the chest. We're going to take our figure 4 pose. You have a few options here. So for figure 4, go ahead and cross your left ankle over your right thigh and begin to sink down until you're in a chair pose on the right leg, your left knee over your right thigh. Hands can stay at heart center. Or you can bring your hands to your hips and use that to help you keep your hips in line. The tendency is to drop the left hip lower than the right. Try to keep them in line with one another. If you'd like the advancement, you can take your Lotus Pose by standing up tall, drawing the top of the left foot as close to the right hip crease as possible, then reaching the left hand around the low back to catch onto the left big toe. Further option to fold here, folding the right hand down to the floor. If neither of those options suit you today, you're welcome to take your tree pose instead, being mindful that the foot is on the lower shin or the inner thigh, but not on the knee. Wherever you are, hold for 5. Breathe the chest high if you're in figure 4. 4. Navel engaged in all 3 positions. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, release the left foot down. Toe heel the feet out to the edges of your mat and sink down into your garland pose, Malasana Yogi Squat. Elbows on the inner thighs, pressing the knees open, hips sink between the heels. If you need less, you can come up higher into a goddess pose. Hold for 5. Chest high, gaze lifts. 4. Release shoulders. 3, 2. In 1, plant the palms and come into your crow pose or work toward crow pose. Hold for 5. Maybe you can try to straighten the arms here. 4. Try to drop the hips as low as the shoulders, drawing the mid-back to be the highest point. 3. Do your best. 2. 1. Maybe you want to try to jump back to your Chaturanga from your crow pose. Full inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel is high. Lift up to your high crescent lunge on the left. Hold for 5. Knit the ribcage in. 4. Gaze up to thumbs. 3, 2, 1. Warrior 3. Right leg lifts. Chest moves forward. Hold for 5. Do your best. 4. 1 long line from the crown of your head to the back right heel. 3, 2, 1. Inhale up to stand up. Bring the right knee with you. Find your figure 4 stretch, or if you'd like to do half lotus, you can. You're also welcome to do your tree pose instead. Take your pick, whichever you did on the other side, and sink down, fold, or stand up tall. Hold for 5. Release the shoulders. 4. Set your gaze to your third eye. 3. Breathe full. 2. In 1, stand up. Release the posture, stepping the right foot down and toe heel the feet out to the edges of your mat. Come to your garland pose 2nd time. Sink the hips down between the heels, bringing the elbows to the inner thighs. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Maintain the squeeze between arms and legs as you go into your crow pose. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and plant the palms. Come back to your crow pose for a fast 5 count. This time, think about drawing the knees to the outer arms. This will prevent you from getting any bruises on the backs of your triceps. 4. Use the abdominals to help lift you. 3. Work on your balance here. 2, 1. Step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Right, we're going to do that again. Right foot forward, left heel high, rise up to your high crescent lunge on your inhale. This time hold for 3. Get the feeling of the abdominal engagement here. 2. In 1, find your warrior 3, maintaining all the abdominal engagement and maintaining the engagement of the back leg as you lift up. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come to stand. Draw the left ankle across the right thigh and sink down into your figure 4 stretch. If this is too much, come to your tree pose. But go ahead and skip the standing half lotus this time. Just come straight to the figure 4. We're going to hold for another 5, sinking the hips lower than you did on the other side the first time. 4. Releasing the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to set you up for Galavasana. You don't have to try this. You can stay where you are, or if you'd like. But if you'd like to, you can place your hands down on the mat in front of you. The important thing to remember here is to draw your shin up as close to your chest and your armpits as possible here. It takes a lot of abdominal engagement. You're actually going to hook your left foot on the outside of your right tricep. That will give you some stability. And your gaze needs to be going forward as you go forward. So this is a lot like crow pose. You've just got one leg on the on the ground to start. So go ahead when you're ready, plant the palms, Draw the left shin up as close to your armpits as you can. Rock forward and then maybe lift the back leg. If you can try to extend the right leg out all the way for the full expression of the posture. You might not be there yet. That's okay. Maybe just try little taps up with that foot. I'll give you a 3 count to try it out, and then we'll all meet back in Chaturanga. 3, 2, 1. Wherever you are, lower down. Find your transition vinyasa, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra, and full exhale to downward facing dog for the other side. Left foot forward, right heel high. Rise up on your inhale. Find your abdominals for 3. Release your shoulders. 2, 1. Warrior 3. Hold for 3. Maintain the abdominal engagement. 2. Release the shoulders. 1. Inhale to stand. This time bringing the right ankle across the left thigh. If you need to take tree pose instead, you can. Sink the hips down low here in your figure 4 stretch, lower than you did on the other side, but keep them even. Hold for 5. If your hands don't reach the floor, you might not be ready to try Galavasana yet. It's not always the same for both sides. 4. Release shoulders. 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, plant the palms. Bring the right shin as close to your chest as you can and engage the abdominals as much as you can. On an inhale, go forward, look forward on your mat, and then begin to lift the back heel. Maybe you can hover, maybe you just take small taps, maybe you can try to extend the leg up. If you're extending that leg, you need to squeeze the elbows together as much as you can to do so. Try it out for 3, for 2, and 1, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Gaze forward, knees bend. Walk, step, or float to the top of your mat. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise, mountain pose. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Sinking down into noose pose on a slow 5 count. The goal here is to keep the heels grounded. But if at any point in time you feel like you can't go any lower, feel free to lift the heels as long as you squeeze the ankles together. Begin to bend into the knees until you sink down low for 5. Slowly 4. Do your best. 3. Keep the chest high. 2. 1. Find your lowest point in the posture. Hold here for 5. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the ankles. 4. Breathe full. 3. 2. 1. Release your seat down to the mat. Feet stay planted on the floor. Find your boat pose, bringing your hands behind your legs. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, rock the torso back, then lift the shins to tabletop. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. 3. 2. 1. Exhale, release. Lengthen out the legs long in front of you. Take an inhale to lift the arms, and then exhale for a long forward fold for 5. With every inhale, find length through the spine. With every exhale, sink a little lower. 4. Release the forehead to the shins. 3. Flex into the feet. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up. Exhale, release the palms 6 to 8 inches behind you. Fingertips point toward the heels for reverse tabletop or reverse plank. If you're doing reverse tabletop, you'll bring a bend into your knees, planting the feet firmly into the mat. If you're going for reverse plank, keep your legs as they are. Keep your feet as they are. On your inhale, lift your hips up to shoulder height. Option to tip the head back if that's comfortable for you. If not, gaze forward on a diagonal for 5. Breathe full. 4. Press the triceps toward one another. 3. 2. 1. Exhale, lower down. Option to try to lift yourself up here and transition to your Chaturanga Dandasana if you're working on jumping through. You can use blocks if you need to. Full inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, drop to your forearms, forearm plank for 5. Navel high, 4. Press out through the heels, 3. Press the floor away from you, 2. 1. Walk the toes toward the elbows. Find your dolphin pose. Squeeze the elbows in for 5. Head lifts, 4. Think hips away from you, 3. Do your best, 2. 1. Drop the hips. Straighten out the legs. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Find your baby cobra. Hands under shoulders. Elbows squeeze in for 5. Do your best, 4. Long spine, 3. 2. 1. Exhale, release down. Extend the arms long beside you, palms face up, toes touch. On your inhale, lift the arms, legs, head, neck, and chest for Galavasana, Lotus Pose for 5. Keep breathing. 4. Try to bring your chest as high as you did in Baby Cobra. 3. 2. 1. Exhale, lower down. Plant the palms under the shoulders, tuck the toes, and press up to a high plank pose. As you exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float through to a seat. Bring the sole of your right foot to your left inner thigh. Sweep the arms overhead. And then exhale, fold forward, Asana for 5. Keep breathing. 4. 3. Engage left quad. 2. 1. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the arms. Turn the right knee up to point toward the ceiling. Bring the right hand behind the right hip. Inhale the left hand overhead. Exhale, twist, Marichi C. Hold for 5. Option for a half bind or a full bind. Option to hug the knee in instead. 4. Bring the crown of the head up taller. 3. Engage the abdominals. 2. 1. Inhale, unwind. Come back to center. Release the right knee. Bring the left sole of the left foot into the right inner thigh. Inhale the arms overhead, and then exhale, fold for 5. Breathe full. 4. 3. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up, and then exhale, release. Turn the left knee up to face toward the ceiling, and take your Marichi C on the other side. A bind, a half bind, or hugging that knee in. Hold for 5. Gaze over left shoulder. 4. Sit up taller. 3. Chin level with the floor. 2. 1. Inhale back to center. Release the knee down. Go ahead and recline down onto your back. Coming into bridge or upward bow. So bring a bend into the knees. Feet point down toward the floor. On your inhale, lift your hips to knee height to find your bridge pose, walking the shoulders underneath you, pressing the forearms down into the mat. Or if you'd like to, you can take Urdhva Dhanurasana with the hands behind the shoulders. On an inhale, lift up and hold for 5. Keep breathing. 4. Relax the neck. 3. 2. 1. Exhale, gently release down. Move the knees from left to right. On your exhale, prepare, and then on your inhale, lift up, round 2. Hold for 5. Breathe fuller, 4. Do your best. 3. 2. 1. Exhale, release. Move the knees from left to right. Take an exhale to prepare, and then on your inhale, lift up for round 3. Hold for 5. Breathe fuller, 4. Do your best. 3. 2. 1. Exhale, lower down. Come into shoulder stand or legs up a wall, whichever you prefer. Keep the legs squeezing together and pulling away from the face. Hold for 5. Engage every muscle in the legs. 4. Engage the abdominals. 3. Bring space between chin and chest. 2. 1. Take Plow Pose if you were in shoulder stand. Being mindful to keep the hands on the low back unless the toes touch for 5. Keep the legs straight here. 4. Breathe full. 3. 2. 1, release the knees to the outer edges of the face for your ear pressure pose. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Gently roll on out for fish pose. Press the forearms into the mat, lift the chest up, then drop the head back. Hold for 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your inhale to lift the chest, then the head, and lower on down. Draw your arms out wide. Pinkies face the seams of your leggings. Draw the shoulders underneath you and draw your eyes closed. Bring one hand to your heart and the other to your belly. Take an inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3. Do your best. 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4. Release the mind. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3. Slowly, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full inhale, full exhale. Again, full inhale, full exhale. Savasana, final rest. Slowly begin to bring movement back into fingers and toes. Maybe make circles with ankles and wrists. Reawaken the limbs. Reawaken the breath. When you're ready, stretch the arms long overhead to the wall behind you as you stretch your toes down long in front. Take a full inhale and then exhale to your favorite side. The right side tends to be more restful, the left side more energizing. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming to your practice, maybe for trying something new. When you're ready, with as little effort as possible and eyes still closed, rock yourself up to a comfortable seat facing the front of the room. Inhale the hands to heart center and exhale to draw the shoulders back down and away. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. May beings everywhere be happy and be free. We bring our thumbs to third eye center, our seat of intuition, and bow forward to say namaste.